Hi guys, welcome back. I am Maddy Morphosis.
And I am Miss Liza, and today we will be reviewing episode
7. Question mark 7.
Seven. Episode 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 15.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Season 15, episode 7. Locking it in.
Locking it in. It is the infamous Daytona Wind.
Yeah, this episode, I don't know about you, this one was very polarizing for me. There was like things I really like about this episode and some things I really do not like about this episode.
Yeah, there were definitely some things I liked and a lot of things that I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like we're gonna just kind of go through the episode and everything's gonna be timestamped in the bottom. So if you don't care about Drag Race, just want to see the runways, they're timestamped. But without further ado, we're gonna jump into this episode.
Before we get into the video, I just want to thank our sponsor for today, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is a VPN service which allows you to surf the web safely and privately. But most importantly, and the reason I use VPNs is because it allows you to change your location. I know you're all Drag Race fans, and in the US especially, it seems like every season is on a different streaming service, but almost everywhere else in the world they use WoW Presents Plus. Well, change your location, and now you're in a different country watching the newest season of Drag Race on WoW Presents Plus. Or even if you want to watch it live like me. I'm over in the West Coast, which means I don't get to watch the episode until 3 hours after half the other country already gets to watch it. But I just changed my location to somewhere like Atlanta, and now I'm watching the episode 3 hours before everyone else on the West Coast, which means I get to avoid the spoilers and get these review videos out even sooner. And it's not just Drag Race. Almost all streaming services have different catalogs for different countries. So if you want to see what the Netflix looks like in the UK, or if there's a video on YouTube that's not available in your country, just change your country. The world is your oyster. There are no borders online anymore, thanks to Surfshark. And I know there are a million different VPN services, so if you have to choose one, why not the one that supports all your favorite creators, like me? So if you want to give it a try, go to surfshark.deals/Maddy, MADDY, and get 83% off and 3 months absolutely free. You'll be doing yourself a favor, and you'll be making me look good to Surfshark, so win-win. And with that, we get into the video.
So the first thing we see is the girls going back into the Untucked, and we have some juicy little drama between well, I guess it's a continuation of juicy drama from last week with Malaysia, Mistress, and Sasha. Yeah, so Malaysia and Sasha feel very disrespected by the way that Mistress and Luxx were treating them during last week whenever they were deciding on which groups they wanted. And they are still feeling some kind of way, and they are letting them know.
Yeah, this is physics at work. With two unmovable forces meet, you know. I love it so much.
I love it so much. It's so juicy.
I feel like a lot of queens, they really edit themselves because they don't want to be involved in like drama. They don't want to be that person. But these queens have no problem just like airing out how they're feeling, and I love it so much. This is like the much needed drama that we've been missing for so long.
Yeah, I feel like the last few seasons, there hasn't really been juicy drama in the way that like I feel like is more natural kind of drama. A bunch of drag queens in a room together in a high stress environment, there is going to be some shade. There's gonna be some, you know, tensions and people rubbing each other the wrong way. But these girls are not toning themselves down, and I love it.
I love too that it's carryover drama. It's not like a random pop-up drama that's just for no reason. Like it's carrying over, it's permeating in like the workroom.
Yeah, like they're still thinking about it. It's been like days, and they're still like, how dare you disrespect me? Yeah. Now you giggling.
And speaking of the drama carrying over, Ru comes in the workroom and tells the girls that they are going to be recreating the next season of Daytona Winds, and they're going to be split into groups.
And to my delight, Mistress and Malaysia are put into the same group, which is just even better. It's just so much juicy drama happening all at once.
Yeah, and so now the drama is like permeating even further because there's this weird tension in the air. They're like, you sat through a whole season of RuPaul's Best Friends race last season, so we're going to give you a little drama.
Yeah.
And we thank you for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mistress. Thank you, Malaysia.
On top of Mistress and Malaysia having their silent Cold War, we have Aura, who picked the biggest part for herself because she wanted to kind of stand out and show the judges some different things that she could do. But as they're doing rehearsals and as they're going through the lines, Aura realizes that she can't do this character.
Yeah, her eyes were bigger than her stomach. She bit off a little bit more than she could chew with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I commend her for wanting to try something different and, you know, really push herself out of her box. But in the end, Mistress gets the part that Aura assigned herself, which happens to be the part Mistress wanted all along. Do you think that it was some trickery involved by Mistress kind of making Aura get in her head more than she was so that she could get the part? Because I feel like whenever Aura was like, do you want fancy? Mistress was like, me? Fancy? I never would have thought. Yes.
Maybe so, but at the same time too, I think she just kind of be vocalizing. She's just being a little tongue-in-cheek, but just vocalizing how she felt, what role she wanted. I don't necessarily say it was mind games. I think the Mistress is just has a very strong-willed personality, and for someone like Aura in this challenge that's a little kind of in her head already, I don't think it's by design by Mistress. I think Mistress is just kind of going about her way, going the competition as she does. But it's tripping some people up. I
agree. I think Aura was kind of already really in her head. And I think she was thinking to herself, gosh, maybe this is not the character for me. Maybe I shouldn't have picked this one. And then Mistress is like, hey girl, I don't think that you're gonna do very good if you have this character. And Aura is like, okay, let's just trade. You know, maybe I'll do better. And in the end, it did not serve her better.
Yeah, if you had the chance to pick your character, would you pick like the main character, the main role, to be more of the star?
No, I don't think I would. I don't think I'd pick the main character because I feel like that is a lot of pressure to do not only well, but extremely well. I think I would pick a supporting character that you can kind of like zhuzh up a little bit to kind of snag a little bit of more of attention. That way you set the expectation low and you surpass it instead of having this really high expectation and not being able to reach it.
It's like the age-old saying is there's no such thing as small parts. I would intentionally pick something that was a little bit easier to remember like lines and things for and just try to do a really good version of that. Especially if it's like a comic relief character or like you said, a supporting character that has a little more engagement. Because I think when you pick a main character, it's such a big risk. It's high risk, average reward.
Yeah, I feel like most of the time the girls, they don't really deliver it in the way that they should. You know, of course some of them do. Because if you have a big character and you personally have a big personality and you know that you can do well, then absolutely pick that role. I think I would have wanted the character Aura got, like her secondary character, or I would have wanted Spice's character.
Yeah, I can see that. I also think Malaysia was a really good character to do because like just like the really religious older lady, it's a lot you can kind of do with that.
I feel like Malaysia's character though, like you have to be comfortable being like really silly. And like that is not something I'm necessarily very good at. It's just like being dumb, you know, to like that extent. So I don't think I would have picked that one. I could see you doing really well in that one though.
Being dumb, thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, so kind. Such a way with words. And now we move on to the actual episode of Daytona Wind itself. Right off the bat, we're starting off. I feel like Loosey did really well. She did really well with her character. And Spice was also there.
Spice was there. Yeah, she was there. She said, "Aunt."
It feels like the same thing against Spice is she only knows Spice.
Yeah, and it's like she can't do anything other than Spice.
Yeah, this felt like, and she put a little bit of a southern accent on it. So that just made it feel like a slightly watered down version of her Miley Cyrus. Like her inflection's all the same. Like everything she's doing is kind of...
It's just a really bad southern accent.
Yeah, and it's like, and that could work sometimes. Like with Jasmine Kennedy, her accent was so bad. With like the, I'm about to buzz, Maxine. It's like, it's so bad that it makes it funny. It comes back around. But with Spices, it was like just bad. It was kind of hard to watch.
It was just bad. Like, and the editing style of Daytona Winds is like its own thing, but it has like long pauses to make things like, you know, satirical and kind of camp. But in these awkward pauses are supposed to make things even funnier. Yeah. But I think in Spice's case, it was just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought Loosey did really well, but as soon as she started talking, I was like, is that Trinity the Tuck Taylor?
Not that. Like. She kind of did sound like Trinity.
Yeah.
She got that deep southern accent.
Yeah. I think maybe it's just the part that she chose in this one didn't really like stand out as much. It might be a choice of part and not necessarily on her. Because like I would definitely put her like in like my top 3 for this one. I enjoyed watching her more than like most of the other ones.
Yeah, I think Loosey did a really great job with the part she had. I just think the part was really small.
And then with Sasha and Luxx, I would never want to choose a part where I'm like in addition with somebody else. Where you're like as a duo. Because then it's hard to stand out without ruining the scene almost. And I don't know, Sasha and Luxx really fell into the background, and I think it's just by design of like their characters.
I think so too. I think they're supposed to just be like, you know, those like cool aunts that show up to the function like slightly drunk, and then you think they're lesbians, and they are actually lesbians.
They're roommates.
Oh yeah. Historians will say that they were roommates. But yeah, I think that their characters were just really quiet and just, I feel like they literally were in the background.
No, they were.
The entire time, literally in the background of the shot.
They walked in the door, had a couple lines, and then they were literally in the background for like the whole like episode.
Yeah.
They're like, sitting on the couch, just kind of making faces every now and then.
And every time somebody says something, you could see, it didn't even like, it almost didn't even pan to them. You could just kind of see them in the background making faces.
Yeah.
Eating brownies. That's it.
I feel like half this episode was them stomping those fucking ants. I think the ants got more screen time than half the girls.
Yeah, that was a really long bit where they're like stomping and then they started dancing. It was long.
And then moves on to like the next little scene. We have Aura and Jax.
You know, I thought Aura's character wasn't that bad. I definitely feel like Jax and Spice, well, I guess like now that I think about it, nobody did worse than Aura other than Jax and Spice. So I guess the bottom 3 makes sense.
Yeah. And with Aura, it's like she didn't know who her character was. We saw her struggling a lot in the rehearsal, then also struggling in this. It's like the accents never really quite lined up. She didn't know her lines. She didn't know how to convey them. She looked kind of just like stiff and awkward the whole time. Because like with Loosey or with Mistress, like they knew exactly who their characters were, and they knew like what they were trying to portray.
Yeah.
But like Aura and like even Jax to an extent, they kind of like didn't know what they were going for.
I think part of like the funny of this like challenge is understanding the references to old like iconic Drag Race moments. And Aura and Jax, I think they had several moments where they were callbacks to things that other people have said, but they didn't get the joke.
Yeah.
It's almost they were just like they were just saying words, but it was supposed to be a joke, but they weren't in on it, so they were like confused, which made their performance really confusing.
It's not even like obscure deep cut references either.
No.
Some of them were very like
rigor mortis.
Yeah, the fact that she didn't understand like the rigor mortis.
Yeah.
Like, rigor mortis. Who's Morris?
Party.
Yeah, party. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so strange. It's like
they've never watched Drag Race.
I thought Malaysia did really well. I think she could have gone a little bit further with it.
Oh, really? I thought she went far enough where I feel like if she did anything more, it would have been like too much. You know, like she's speaking in tongues, she's like praising him. You know, like I feel like she was doing like just enough.
Yeah, but something about it wasn't like clicking for me though. Maybe she just needed to like polish the edges of that character.
You know why you didn't like the character?
Why?
It's because you're not a good Christian woman.
That is a lie.
You are not a good Christian woman. Look at you.
I'm a child of God. Look at you.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a divine woman.
Titties out.
Praise him.
On YouTube.
Everybody loves titties.
Oh, like, she's definitely one of my top ones, but something about her character, it wasn't like quite hitting it for me, which is why she's like not like top 2 for me.
Oh, really? I think she was definitely top 2 for me.
I actually like Loosey's more than I did hers. Because I feel like she had a clearer vision of the character. I feel like Malaysia's doing a specific character, but something about it isn't quite landing. But I feel like Mistress and Loosey is like, they know exactly who their characters are.
Well, you could argue that Loosey and Mistress have done both of these characters before.
Oh?
That's your complaint with Spice? That it's the same character every week?
Well, the difference is like, yeah, because it's every week. That's the difference.
But every time we've seen Loosey do a character, it's the exact same.
No, it's not.
It's good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it is as similar.
I think the only similarity is that they're old.
I guess so.
But even then, she's done 3 like distinct, different like old lady voices.
I guess so. Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know, but I think Malaysia did something that like it's different. You know, I thought she did a really great job.
Yeah. No, I think she did good. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to justify why she's not the winner for me.
Okay.
And then in walks Mistress.
I thought Mistress's character was really fun. It's like the quintessential like other woman at the man's funeral. You know, like in stories and stuff, whenever you go to your dad's funeral and he has like a whole nother family, it's like that. I think it was really fun. I think she did a great job. I really like the titty talking. I think that is so funny. Every time she does it, I'm like, haha.
Yeah, she stole the show. She's my top choice for this one. I feel like she found like the perfect balance of it too. Like it wasn't way overbearing, but it also wasn't, it didn't fade into the background at all. Like I thought it was really well. I don't have a lot to say about it. I was like, she just really sold that character. She came in just like I'm the other woman. Like I'm the one your dad's been secretly having an affair with. I just came to get my piece of the will.
Yeah, I thought she did a really great job. It's very clear, like who she is and what her character is doing, and I think Mistress did a great job. And then we have Anetra, Marcia, and eventually Salina that come in and have their parts as well, which I will say, I feel like that's a really long time to have them not be in the scene. I forgot that they were even in the scene. Yeah. And I was like, wait, where did Anetra go? And then she just like popped up.
Yeah, the roles that they did, it's like they came in at the very end and like they weren't even like the main characters of their scene. I don't know. Again, there's no such thing as a small part, but that was a very minimal part. There wasn't like a lot of chance to like shine, but I don't have a lot to say just because like we didn't get to see a lot of them. But they also I didn't see anything from them that said that they were like bad. Yeah. They just kind of popped in, said a couple lines, and faded to the back. The same thing with Luxx and Sasha. It's like they kind of had a line. Marcia had a little bit more screen time, a little bit more of like an active role of like the, oh no, I turned Big Daddy into brownies. But
I thought Anetra had a pretty solid, sorry, I just keep saying
it's okay.
I thought Anetra had a pretty solid, like, you know, chunk of screen time, and I thought that her and Marcia did a really good job for the small role that they had. Like, I thought it was really funny, it was very clever. For me, Salina's role was the one where I was like, why is she even there? Like, she's not adding anything. She kind of walked in, sat on the couch, and fondled a brownie, and then that was it.
Yeah, it's like when the one episode where like the funny cousin comes in and says a line, and they're like, "Oh, Gerald," and then that's it. It's like a little pop in.
There's like canned laughter in the background, and then
I thought it was a solid job for the 3 seconds that we got to see them. Yeah. So, and it made them safe for me.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we can't say they did a bad job because I don't know what kind of job they did.
Yeah. Overall, I would say that the star for me though is definitely Danny Trejo.
That was so, like, random.
Yeah, I assumed they were going to have someone random bust in when I saw they were cut into the commercial and alluded to it.
I thought that it was going to be, like, the guest judge or something, because that would make sense. But then Machete walked in, and I was like, what is this?
I think the highlight of the entire episode was the fact that they got Danny Trejo to say, Vanjie.
Vanjie. You know what? He probably didn't understand any of those references, and it was the same.
I think he does. I think he's with the shits.
It's the same vibe that Aura was giving me. So, like, if you put him in Aura's spot, I think it would have been the same.
No, I think Danny Trejo fucks with the shits. I think he is probably a bigger Drag Race fan than Aura. Honestly. Honestly. I think he's with it.
He was saying,
I think he's hip.
Reference.
He's hip. Yeah, he's with it. He's cool.
After the episode of Daytona Wind finishes, we go to the runway where the category is Puffer Please. Up first, we have Loosey LaDuca.
It feels like Sailor Moon in a puffer jacket.
It's like country Sailor Moon.
I know what she's going for, like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and I think it's fine. I think it's a really cute look, but if you don't know the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, then it seems like someone wearing a Sailor Moon costume and a puffer jacket that doesn't match. I
didn't get the reference to like the Marshmallow Man or whatever. So to me, she looks like a slutty sailor.
Yeah.
That's in the cold. It doesn't make any sense to me. I think she looks really good, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, she looks like she's about to do like a performance for the troops. Like the Bugle Boy from Company B, but then she's on her smoke break wearing like her big jacket.
Oh yeah, it's cold outside. Yeah. It's like when the go-go dancers go out to smoke.
Yeah. I like the costume. The costume is a little Leg Avenue. underneath. And then the jacket, I like the jacket. It's my favorite part, but it feels very disjointed. But again, with the specific reference she's going for, I get it. I think she looks good, but I don't quite like it all together.
Yeah, I don't really like it. It's not, I'm not vibing. To me, it's a leotard. It looks to me like a Halloween costume with a puffer jacket over it.
Yeah. It's like, I like the way it looks.
She looks great.
But I'm not happy about it.
No,
but I don't like it.
Yeah. We're gonna let it slide one time.
Yeah. Up next, we have Spice.
I think Spice looks super adorable here. I really like how everything is made of puffer and it has like the fur on it. I think she looks super cute. However, it's just a dress.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like every week on the runway we are seeing the exact same thing from Spice, where she has a mini skirt, some sort of high heel, I mean, of course, but a little purse, and that's it.
Yeah. I know the judges read her for doing the same kind of vibe, the same brand and stuff on the runway every week. But again, I think the runway is the one place you can do that. I'm not upset by that. Go off. That's your brand. That's how you perform it. That's how you sell it. But they did not read her for being the same character in the challenge again. And that's where I do have a problem.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like the runway is about highlighting your drag.
Yeah, the runway is like, how do you put your twist on this category? It's like, her thing is very Y2K. It's very like slutty Y2K. That's her brand, and then she models it a similar way. Could be a little more variety, but that's her. With the challenge, you're supposed to show diversity. That's the one place. And they're letting it slide again.
Yeah, I guess so. I think she looks super cute on the runway, but I am a little upset that it's so basic every week. I feel like we can't say that Marcia is very basic and be angry about it and not say the same thing about Spice.
Yeah.
Because it is the same level of basicness to me. Like, yeah, I think Spices are a little bit more cohesive, a little bit more thought out, but I do think it's the same like level, and I would like to see a bit more.
Yeah. I think this is a really cute outfit, but if she didn't have those boots that match the top, like if you replace those boots with a regular heel and the whole look is...
It's not a look anymore.
It's like, yeah, it's Marshalls. You know, it's just...
She's bland.
Yeah, if you take those boots away, it's TJ Maxx. It's like a really cute thing you found on the racket dillards.
Yeah, like it's cute, but it's not runway. You know what I mean? So...
Yeah. So overall, this is like one of my least favorites for that reason alone. I'm fine with the style and how she wears it. It's her brand, like what the judges say. But I think she did not do great in the challenge. She's given the same stuff, and the runway is very much the same.
Up next, we have the Queen Bee, Sasha Colby.
I love this so much.
I think she looks phenomenal. Like, I really love like the streetwear aspect of it. I love it a lot.
I feel like this is the perfect balance of like being very minimalist and showing a lot of skin, but also being like so like drag and extra with like the giant coat. And when she pulls it down, the issue I had with Salina's runway a while back, how she did the coat and then it kind of like was a big frumpy thing in the back.
Like bulky.
This one, it opens up, but then it's almost like a stinger thing in the back. It fits the look, it adds to it. I thoroughly enjoyed this look.
I love it. And I really like what you said about how like she is showing a lot of skin and there's not a lot of material. But it is so cohesively good and stylish. Like, it's a full thing, and she looks phenomenal. I love how she is not wearing a lot of clothes, but she has, like, the big, like, hair, too.
Yeah.
Like, I really love that. I think she looks phenomenal.
Yeah. Those are some diabetes shoes.
Those are some diabetes shoes.
Instruction paper. Yeah, this is one of my favorite looks on the runway tonight.
Mine, too.
Yeah. Up next is Luxx.
I think she looks really good. She said that it was a reference to something. I don't know what the reference is. Something about Jackie O. I don't really know what she's talking about, but I think she looks good.
Like the tiny little hat.
Oh.
Like little hair.
That's not nothing reference. But I think she looks good.
You can't see Jackie O wearing this?
Can't say that I do.
We're like, Jackie OMG.
Oh.
Am I right?
I think she looks good. To me, there's like a... Yeah, I think she looks good. I don't know what else to say.
I think she looks good, but I don't like it for one reason.
Why?
It doesn't work with like the runway theme for me.
Oh,
it's like puffed, and I feel like this is just using the material you'd see for a puff jacket, but it's not giving a puff. You know, it
Well,
doesn't give like that puffy jacket vibe.
Oh, it gave it to me with like the back cape kind of thing.
No.
It almost looks like a hood.
Well, I mean, that's the only part. The rest of it seems a little too minimalist because like Sasha did something a little minimalist, showed a lot of skin, but she had like the big puffer coat with it, and it was all cohesive. This feels like she made a really amazing outfit out of an inflatable pool, but it doesn't.
I like it.
It doesn't give me like the puffer theme.
Oh, it gives me puffer theme.
It's one of my favorite outfits, but it's not for the theme. Something feels. It doesn't feel like it quite hits for me.
Oh,
Maybe
I like
it fits
it.
like their mood board, but it's not puffy enough.
I feel like it. To me, it's obviously made of puffer material, and I really like it. I thought it's a really innovative way to do puffer that is not just a traditional puffer jacket. I like the black in like almost like the backdrop of the hood area. I think it looks great, and I think it fits puffer for sure.
I like a little more puff.
Up next, we have Malaysia Babydoll Foxx.
I like the look overall. It's again like the same issue I had before, where I wish she did something to kind of break up the silhouette a little bit. Well, this is like the opposite problem I had last time, where she used like the most giant thing in the world to break the silhouette.
Oh, yeah.
Here, I wish she would have had just like a little small thing to break up the silhouette. But that's a small complaint. Overall, I really like the look. I also wish this had a little bit more of a puffy aspect, because I feel like the lines of like the puffer are kind of lost with this pattern.
Yeah.
But I like the look.
This reminds me a lot of Moncler Quinn. It reminds me a lot of that. It's a top to bottom, really busy spring print. That's what this reminds me of. And I really, really love Moncler Quinn. And I'm not a huge fan though of this version on Malaysia. I feel like everything is so busy that it needs to be fitted better. I don't think it fits quite correctly on Malaysia. I think everything is just a little bulky, it's a little oversized, and it makes it look almost baggy in a way that I don't think it's supposed to. And for that reason, it's honestly one of my least favorite looks.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. With like such a huge like jacket, I think something that was a little bit more fitted underneath, with like kind of had the juxtaposition, because it is a very bulky look.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. Yeah, it's a very bulky look. But I think if you just like tie it off that middle, or if that was even just like a cat suit underneath instead of like the extra skirt, because the skirt does kind of add like an extra bit of bulk that's not needed.
I think if you got rid of the skirt and you had a cat suit, or even just a tiny, I know we hate peplums, but if you had just a tiny peplum there and everything else was like skin tight, I think it would have drawn the attention to the big oversized jacket, which would have fit the category a lot better. And I think it would have been a lot more flattering to her silhouette. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the look.
Up next is for Mayari.
I think she looks beautiful here. I really love the puffer with like the kimono kind of esque feel to it. I will say I think the only thing I don't like about this is kind of like her lower abdomen hip area. The proportions feel kind of funny. Yeah. And there's just something about it that I'm just not really loving. But I think other than that, that's just a tiny little nitpick. But other than that, I really like it. I think she looks gorgeous. I really love the cultural aspect of it. Such a fun way to turn a puffer jacket into a kimono. I think it's cute.
Yeah, I think this is a really cool, like you said, a really cool way to take something very like cultural and like turn it on its head, make it like a fashion moment in a very different way.
Yeah.
So like like you're saying, like something about the lower body.
Yeah, it's like beneath the gold.
From the belt out, everything's really amazing, but like from like the waist down, it seems like two awkward legs that aren't hers. Like she got mismatched.
It looks like someone's like underneath the puffer.
Yeah.
Like there's two bodies in there.
It's like someone put Ken legs on a Barbie. It's like not quite right.
It's not quite right, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if
maybe it's like her padding. I was about to say that. I think because like she has like that big belt, and like she doesn't have like big enough pads, so you don't see like a lot of like that shape, and it goes into like a really bulky belt in the middle, so it just makes everything very just like flat.
Yeah. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it also has something to do with the padding, but the proportions are just a little funny in like the I don't know what this area is called. Like
the fupa?
Not the fupa, but yeah, that area.
I think if she's gonna do this look, she either should have added more body to really add like the body yaddy on her lower half, or it should have continued with like that traditional
kimono
look and just like gone like full like dress, maybe like more puffer fabric or something. But yeah, it just kind of loses me right there. But overall, it's a really cool look. She looks amazing. I love the material of it.
Up next, we have Jax.
I like this look overall. It's the slightly less evolved version of Sasha Colby's. This is the evolution before if we're talking Pokemon. But I like the look. I wish there's something else underneath.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I think the puffer aspect of it is really good. It's really cute. I like the stacked colors and patterns, but then the under cabaret mesh netting, it's just kind of bare to me. Not really a huge fan of it.
Yeah. I would have liked it more if it was just like a solid black cat suit, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Something that is makes the yellow really pop. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. It just looks really unfinished on the bottom.
Or small things too, like if it had like a black underwear that kind of just popped, but it just seems like it's so barren. It's like she had like a cool outfit, but everything underneath is still loading.
And to me, the fact that you can kind of see her underwear underneath the mesh, but it doesn't look intentional. Yeah. Like it looks accidental. Like she put it on and she's like, you can kind of see my panties through this, but I don't have anything else to wear. I think if there was something on the outside that was solid black, it would have cut it up a little bit more and looked a bit better.
Next is Mistress Isabelle Brooks.
First of all, she looks really good in blonde. I think this is the first time we've seen her in blonde. She looks super good, and I really love this look. I think that she mentioned how a puffer jacket on a big girl is like a crime against humanity. And I think that it was really smart of her. She knows her proportions and she knows what is going to look good on her and what is going to kind of swallow her shape. And I think this is very flattering to it. I like the bucket hat. I think it's very trendy. And yeah, I really like it. Not a huge fan of the bell bottoms, but I think it kind of works here.
Yeah, the bell bottoms is where it loses me. Yeah. Because I like the look overall, but it's the same problem I had with Irene's entrance look. The bell bottom, it just the link seems awkward, and it's so kind of frumpy because of the material. I like the look overall. I like the look from the knees up.
Yeah, I will say the bell bottoms are the worst part to me. It's my least favorite part of it, but I think it kind of works here because I think the bucket hat and the bell bottom, I think they kind of even each other out.
Noir, I think if it was went into a baggy chap, I would have liked that more. But the bell bottom, because of the material and the length of it, it just loses me.
No, I think I prefer the bell bottoms over a baggy chap. It's okay to be wrong.
You're the one that's wrong. You think those are nice bell bottoms?
I already said that the bell bottoms are my least favorite part.
Then stop. Why are you defending them?
Because they don't look bad. They're just my least favorite part of the outfit. I think she looks great.
I think she looks amazing other than the bell bottom. I think they're ugly.
She's gonna come for you.
Probably.
I'd be scared.
No, I was on last season. I'm not even relevant anymore. So what's it gonna do? I'm impenetrable. I'm nobody.
Next up, we have Anetra, representing the traditional bird of Las Vegas. The prostitute.
I think she looks amazing, but this is one of my least favorite looks.
Really?
It's because I feel like this is the same issue with Spice, where it seems almost very simple.
Yeah, but I feel like we haven't seen Anetra do something like this before. So I feel like, okay, well, damn.
Doesn't mean it's a good thing.
I think she looks great. I like the puffer. I do think it's really simple. Yeah, it is very simple, but I don't think she looks bad. And she hasn't been showing this silhouette the entire competition. So for me, it is definitely a lower look, but it's not bottom worthy, I feel.
No, it's not one of my bottom looks, but it is. I'm not a fan of the look though. I think with this category, you can really go something really big and crazy fun. And she said, "Oh, the theme is puffer. Let me put some big red fur on a regular puffer coat." You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But overall, she looks amazing. I think it's a very cute look, but I just think I would have liked to see something a little bit more drag from this.
Yeah.
Like I said, she said she's a prostitute. She looks like one, and it's a good look. It's cute.
It's conceptual.
It's conceptual. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. She looks good, but the look is just okay. It's really basic, but I think she looks beautiful.
This looks like she's wearing a Spice look.
Yeah, it's Anetra in the workroom was like, gosh, my puffer look isn't very good. And Spice was like, hey, I have this. Yeah, she borrowed Sugar's.
Yeah. And following her is Marcia.
I really don't like this look. I just don't like it. I understand what she's going for, where she's like, you know, that girl that underdressed because she wanted to be hot, you know, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Like, I don't like the hair. I don't like the makeup she did. I don't really like the outfit. I just really don't like it.
I like that everything in the outfit is the exact same material, but it is just a bra panty set and a little jacket. It's a little too simple for me. I do like that she tried to add like a story, like a little camp to it.
Yeah, I like that she tried to do something that was different, but I don't think it landed.
Yeah, it's just kind of a miss for me. I'm not the biggest fan of it.
It's a miss for me too.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Salina EsTitties.
The same problem I always have with like her outfits is there's so much bulk to it. And with something like Puffer, like you can do something really bulky like Sasha did, but then have something underneath. I was waiting for her to do the reveal. I was like, what does she have under there? And the only thing she revealed was like the little lift of like the little Cheeto.
Yeah.
And the Cheeto didn't look like a Cheeto. It looked like a worm.
Yeah. I thought it was worms. I didn't even realize it was Cheetos.
It was supposed to be a hot Cheeto.
Oh.
Yeah. And like the outfit, she has all these things. It's supposed to like little trapper keepers, which I think is a really cute concept.
But to me, it gives like tackle box. Like fishing, because it looks like a raincoat. And to me, I kind of thought she was supposed to be like a tackle box of snacks when she's going fishing. And then I expected her to have something underneath it because it looks like a reveal coat.
Yeah.
Like it literally looks like a reveal coat with the long sleeves, the giant zipper down the middle with the hood. I think she looks fantastic and the coat is really cute, but I thought there was gonna be something underneath it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely supposed to be like school related because it's like a calculator, ruler, like stuff like that.
Yeah, I see that now. It's definitely not fishing supplies.
Yeah, but like without a reveal of some kind, it's just like a really oversized coat. It's a cute concept.
Yeah, it's cute.
Again, the same thing with all her looks. I love the concept, not the biggest fan of the execution. My theory, there is a reveal under there, and she wore that in case she had to lip sync. I think if she had to lip sync, we would have saw a reveal.
Oh, probably. There's probably something under that. You're probably right. I will say though that I agree with you that like her looks are always really bulky. Normally, I am not a huge fan of them, but I think it kind of works here because the theme is puffer and puffers are bulky. So I feel like you can have a really bulky outfit and it be okay. My only complaint with the look is that it feels just really not finished.
Yeah.
Like obviously the coat is finished, but the look itself, maybe it's just because we've become conditioned to expect reveals. I think that might be it, honestly. But it's just something about the big fat zipper in the front where I'm like, okay, that's supposed to come off.
No, it is a really big jacket. And it's like, you're wearing a big jacket, there has to be something underneath it.
Yeah, and she had like the little panty section. So I'm like, there's something under there.
Yeah.
Why did we not see it?
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate the fucking pussy worms. Like, it's gross. So in the end, there are tops and bottoms, and congratulations to Mistress Isabelle Brooks for winning. Well deserved, I think.
We both agree.
Yeah, I think so. I think for me, it could have gone any way between Mistress and Malaysia in the actual challenge, but I think Mistress definitely looked better on the runway. So congratulations, Mistress.
Yeah.
Finally winning. My girl's winning.
Good
yes.
Job. Yeah, no, this was definitely her episode. She did amazing. Good
From
job,
start
Mistress.
to finish, yeah.
As far as the bottoms, I also agree with the bottoms. I think you could have substituted Spice in with either of them as well. But I can stick by these bottom two.
Yeah,
also.
I agree. I think it could have gone any way between the two of them and Spice. So I think any which way would have been fine with me.
I think if you would have factored in the runway, Spice goes on the bottom. But if we're only talking about the challenge, fair. As far as the lip sync itself, this was a really fun lip sync.
Yeah, I thought Sweet as Pie was such a good lip sync song, and Jax really turned it out. I kind of felt bad for Aura because she kind of got chewed up.
No, this lip sync was amazing. I thought Aura held her own. I think if she would have gone against if she would have gone against Spice, she would have ate up Spice. She would have chewed up Spice and spit her out. But if she would have gone against like a lower energy performer or anyone from like older seasons, she might have been okay. But Jax was a very crazy high energy performer.
Jax is one of those girls that like you do not want to lip sync against because like she's just casually, just a little cash backflip.
Yeah.
Just a little cash.
She makes me feel like I can do a backflip.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
She makes it look really easy. I could do that.
For the record, I could do all of that, but I have adult asthma. It's the only reason I don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, otherwise I would. But yeah, at this lip sync, the only thing that would have sold it for me more, and I was waiting for it to happen, was if Jax did like a jump or flip over, kind of like the Honey Balenciaga versus Michaela, like the ballroom moment.
Yeah, the latex
I was
ball.
waiting for that, and whenever Aura hit the ground, was laying there, and like Jax was flipping over her, I thought she was about to do it.
That would have been
the nail in the coffin.
That would have been. They would have ended the lip sync there.
That would have been one of the most iconic moments in Drag Race history. But either way, she still they both had an amazing lip sync. I thoroughly enjoyed it, but Jax definitely won that.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed the lip sync. I think Aura did a really good job, but you're going up against somebody that has extremely high energy and extremely smooth stunts. So these are not, you know, the crowd's not screaming, let me do a desperate split kind of tricks. These are like tricks that she does like all the time. So it looks fantastic.
It wasn't a blowout. Like I said, Aura did really well, but Jax was definitely the clear winner. I don't think there's a lot of debate with this one.
No. I think Jax was clearly the winner.
Yeah. Jax, the way she moves, she'll like stand there and then she'll like quickly run to the side and move. I mean this in the nicest way possible.
Oh no.
But sometimes she like performs like a cornered animal.
Oh, like she's gotta go.
It's like her life depends on it. She's gotta like move out of the way, flip, get out, you know? And I mean that in the nicest way possible. But yeah. Good job, Jax. Goodbye, Aura.
Yes, goodbye, Aura.
And so ends the tale.
Yeah. That is it for the Daytona Winds episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. As a reminder, please do not send the queens hate. I know there's a lot of drama this episode, but that drama is TV. You don't know these people and they're better friends than you probably even realize. So.
Yeah. And in the end, all their drama does for us is make really entertaining TV. So just sit back, enjoy it, just eat your popcorn, and embrace the shade.
Don't try to punish queens for being good TV.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Yeah.
But
grow up.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Touch grass.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is it for today's review. Come back next week to see another review from the two of us. And if you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. And as always, you can also find us on other social media. I am at Maddy Morphosis.
And I am the Miss Liza.
Yeah. Until next time.
Oh.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Do you want to see my Nepo?